My name is Chris Geiser. I'm the Chief Technology Officer at the Garrigan Lyman Group. I oversee our technology strategy both for our internal technology as well as our clients' technology. Right now there's so much out there, it can be completely overwhelming to both marketers and to the technologists that support those marketers. Understanding how it benefits your customer is probably the first place to start with what you want to assemble in your martech stack. Core IT and Fast IT are a relationship that exists between the systems of record, or Core IT, that you depend on for the data that carries your customer relationship. Fast IT is how your customer interacts with that and the things that you need to be in market with quickly to keep up with the Joneses and to actually have an experience that your customers will find to be somewhat invisible as far as the technology is concerned. Now, the trouble and the disconnect happens between Core IT and Fast IT when those silos are created between, say, the IT department and the marketing department. The Core IT, Fast IT relationship is sort of like digging a tunnel between 2 points. If you start that project and you don't have everyone in the room at the same time aligning on where the midpoint is for that and where those two points will intersect, then what you're going to have is a tunnel that you're going to dig both holes and they're not going to meet up in the middle. And then you're going to have to figure out what your contingency is after that. And that gets messy. When you have stakeholders from IT, stakeholders from engineering, stakeholders from marketing, stakeholders from, let's say, product management or whatever the business function is that's important to the customer, you can align the goals of the business and the goals of the customer at the same time so that those 2 points of the tunnel actually meet up where they're supposed to, and you're connecting that Core IT data to that Fast IT experience, making it complete, right? Otherwise, it's just an interface, and otherwise, it's just data. There's no magic in it outside of having that tunnel between the two items, Core IT and Fast IT, that actually make for a complete customer experience and allow you to grow the business, right? So delight customers and grow the business are the two places to start. Those are the two ends of the tunnel, but you want to make sure that you have everybody in to meet in the right place. Where an agency would help with some of the problems of connecting Core IT and Fast IT is if you have an agency that has the technical chops to be able to speak both languages of both marketing and IT, to connect that Core IT mindset with that Fast IT mindset of what the marketer needs to satisfy the customer. So having both of those lenses allows someone in the room to speak both languages and at the same time unite that group, that stakeholder group, in seeing success in the same mind's eye, delight the customer, grow the business. Everybody wants the same thing, but everybody needs to be attentive to their particular discipline. So when you bring those stakeholders in to help them own that process, having someone be able to facilitate that conversation that understands what those Core IT needs are, governance, security, performance, that those all have to be a key part of how Core IT and Fast IT interact. And at the same time, understanding what part of the martech stack or the martech stack concept is relevant and what parts of it are just noise. When you look at what is out there in the blogosphere currently about what the martech stack is, there's so much noise. And to distill that down to what's actually appropriate to satisfying a customer need and growing the business, that's the challenge that marketers are facing. And then how do you relate those systems back to the Core IT systems that provide that customer value to those martech items? So having an agency like a GLG or an agency that's got a technical disposition the way that GLG does is of great value to a conversation like that, where a system integrator might not be a good fit because they're really just concerned with how do we get the system to fit with everything else that's there, right? So they're there and they're concerned with that one system that they're there to fold in to the Core IT process or maybe even to the Fast IT process. But an integrator is there to do one thing, and that's basically get an environment stood up and get things running. So they won't have that lens of why it's valuable to the customer. A traditional consultancy might not have that lens of what it takes to put it into action. They'll think strategically maybe for a while, and then they won't necessarily get to, this is how we can move quickly on this and actually start to win in a short-term time frame as well as a long-term time frame. What's been beneficial to our clients about our process is the ability to take those stakeholder conversations, turn them into some documentation about what's going to delight the customer and what's going to help grow the business. How are we going to satisfy all the requirements that are existing around the entire field of stakeholders? And then turn that into an action plan that allows the client to move forward with internal projects, allows specialized partners to come in and move forward with their phase of the project, and then allows the agency partner, like a GLG, to come in as sort of the general contractor and understand what the overall blueprint for the tunnel that we're building between core IT and fast IT is, and how to make sure that everybody ends up at the right point.